Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Sunday, September the 16th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading. It's weekly opening gap. Okay, I think the market's been open about 7 hours now, so I'm not even sure if we've got any gaps there. But one thing I am sure of is, even though we're halfway through the month of September, you're not anywhere close to being done with your money and risk management. Every day, you need to employ it. Okay, so we're looking at the euro yen. We're in that candle body of the previous month, right there. But let's look at the weekly gaps. All but a couple. Euro GBP and the pound dollar haven't filled. Everything else filled. Okay? So I hope somebody took advantage of that. You can see here we're in the upper wick zone of the previous week. Nice huge wick there. Almost 80 pips. Looking at the daily, you can see we've already broke out of the previous day's low, but we're now back up inside the candle body, exiting that wick zone. And you can see we're still early in the session. Not much range here at all. Now I'm not sure why I've got the pound New Zealand here. Actually, I am sure. I was helping a friend. He was using the MA50. Let's put that back on the euro yen. So you can see here the buy zone. We've triggered the short twice to no avail. Right there. Couple short triggers. Long trigger once. Long trigger twice. On that long trigger, got close but no cigar. If you put your stop here, no worries there. Usually that first session, New Zealand, Australian, Asian session right in here, you usually don't trade that unless you're going for the gap fill. So you can see here, that was the previous, or the close on Friday, the open on today, and you can see that gap is filled. Only 28 pips, not much of a rat zone at the time. Have to wait for London to open so those guys can move it around. And your daily pivot, 130.50. Your weekly pivot, 129.73. Monthly pivot, 128.37. You can see here it's taken it out before. But if we look here, you can see we haven't hit the daily pivot for today. Missed one last week. And you can see where the misses were. Once again, simple. Price action trading. 3 at the bottom, green at the line, go long. 1 at the top, red at the line, go short. Somebody posted on one of my YouTube videos, they were asking, so where do you take profit? How do you take profit? I guess you haven't been browsing my videos, because I think I have at least one, if not two, on the exit playbook. If you're familiar with American football, you see the coaches on the sideline with those big laminated sheets, and that's their playbook. Usually one side's offense, one side's defense, and you can see all kind of different highlighting for different situations. Well, I created what I called my exit playbook. So no matter what got me in the trade, I could use that same exit playbook that tells me when I should get out. So you can go ahead and watch that video. And then you can come up with your own idea for an exit trade playbook. Now, somebody else said they want to see me do a live trade. usually when I do that, I'll have the 2% Pal Talk chat room open. But as you guys know, I spent this summer doing union stuff. In fact, ballots have been mailed, and yours truly is running for statewide president. And the ballots will be counted in about 10 or 11 days when they're due in. So I'll have to let you know the probably the last day of the month, Friday the 28th. I should know by then if I got elected or not. I'm not holding my breath, that's for sure, because you know the old guard, uh, they want to hold on tight. So previous daily session lines, you can see here, red at the line, green at the line, same old, same old, same old. What's the candle color at the line? The H1 candle color at the line. Doesn't matter where you draw the lines, we know what to do. You can see here popping through the wick zones. Price doesn't like staying in them. So come down to this horizontal line, you go short. Up to this one, you go long. Simple, simple. Holo, highest open, lowest open. You can see here, we started out the lowest open, put in a high open here, and price came back down. Good for about, 16 pips. Not a bad trade. Okay, we've got the inventory reduction bars. See, we got a short trigger here, short trigger here. We're in right here, we're touching a long trigger of the M15 variety. So that was a long trigger right there. You can see here, it triggered long, came down here. It put in a short trigger, but retraced, and now it's hitting that long trigger again. And the previous day, week, month, open, high, and low, once again, all we're doing is trading with the candle color at the horizontal line. And if you're wondering what the purple diamonds are, that's the previous midpoint. You can see here, previous midpoint of that candle. And I just turned on the computer a few minutes ago, and as you can see, really not much doing. And looks like some strange reason this didn't refresh. Let me see. Sometimes just open the indicator, click OK, it refreshes. So now you can see here, we just said this is where we refreshed the chart. Now I could put a button on the chart. Now, why do I think of things I could do to make me have to get in there and do more coding, which I will need to do. Hopefully when this union election stuff is over, I can break a few days, get back, work on a few indicators, send out another batch. I know you guys have been waiting patiently, and I do appreciate it. In fact, my buddy gave me an idea for an update to the dashboard for the threshold on those moving averages. So that's it on the weekly. Once again, you've got the euro, pound. Let's just look at it real quick. This might take a minute or two because I very rarely trade the euro pound. But you can see here, it hasn't quite closed that gap. And the other one, the pound dollar, I have traded before. And you can see here, it didn't quite close that gap. So that opportunity's still there. And just looking at the dollar yen, you can see it's popping out of that weekly wick zone. Might look for it to retrace all the way down here. But let's see where if we got any missed pivots. 914, 111.69. Here we go. So look for that pivot to be taken out. And there were some other pivots here that had to get taken out. For example, that pivot and that pivot. You can see price on the dollar yen usually takes out the pivots. That's one of the reasons I like trading it, because it's very disciplined trade. But we're sticking with the euro yen for now. So, fellow traders, that's the start of the week. Just remember, while you're trading, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So let's go out there and drain the banks this week.